17 members and associates of the Hells Angels are facing criminal charges in a violent attack.
Federal agents allege the outlaws sold drugs, traded firearms, and engaged in insurance fraud and even tampered with government witnesses.
We have learned there is cell phone video as well as surveillance video of evidence in this attack.
The U.S. Attorney characterized today's raids as historic, the largest federal bust on organized criminal gang activity.
Retaliation is common for crimes involving biker gangs. However, it could happen anywhere because of how interconnected gangs have become nationwide.
The 3-year investigation resulted in 42 federal indictments on a variety of charges, including racketeering, money laundering, drugs, gambling, insurance fraud, and extortion.
There's a bunch of bikers up here, and they're shooting guns and stuff. I need the police now.
But on foot going towards 2nd Street. Okay, receive.
Welcome to this episode of Chattin with Staxx. I'm your host, Bill Staxx, and today we got Biker Wars with Bill Staxx. I appreciate everyone that takes the time to watch this show. I'll bring you different stories about MCs from all around the country. It could be all kinds of different MCs. I don't discriminate. I will tell you what's going on and give you the breakdown on what exactly the story is. So today we got an interesting one. Good afternoon, Lindsay. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate it. Make sure you hit the like button on your way in. Got a lot of great things in the works. Maureen, how are you? Cue Ball, what's going on? Don't forget, we got the toy drive. You can donate through Cash App at Chattin with Staxx, or you can donate through YouTube. If you donate, we're going to put some money towards the kids at the homeless shelter. We're going to buy some toys for them. So if you guys want to help out, help us, help them, help you. And happy holidays to everybody. This is an insane story I'm going to bring you guys. It's the Pagans sue the police department for excessive force. So this one is really wild. So here's a still shot from that night. I can't show you guys the video. I apologize, but it is on my Patreon. You can go watch it there. It's pretty brutal. You can see the dude's cut on right there. 4 Pagans MC members were in a bar in Pittsburgh. The guy on the left got the worst of the beating. This guy got pretty lumped. But we're going to break down exactly what happened. And I got a video for you. I'm not going to hold you, so let's check it out.
County District Attorney Stephen Zappala met with U.S. Attorney Scott Brady today to discuss a fight involving members of a motorcycle club and undercover police officers. It happened at a bar on the south side. Andy Sheehan has more.
The video is disturbing to watch. Frank DeLuca, a member of the Pagan motorcycle gang, is pinned against the bar, while an unidentified undercover officer repeatedly punches him in the head.
Yeah, it looks like he was told twice. Definitely was.
His hair was being pulled back and his neck was being pinched over 23 times in the face and head.
After the undercover officers and Pagans brawl in the video, DeLuca and 3 other members of the gang are charged with aggravated assault, conspiracy, and riot. But their defense attorneys say it is the undercover police who should be charged, saying the officers were drunk, brandished firearms, and provoked the entire confrontation.
The main aggressor in the incident is seen drinking a 1.5 fifths of Jack Daniels in shots over the course of 4 or 5 hours.
The case against the Pagans was postponed yesterday, while District Attorney Stephen Zappala further investigates the incident. Today, he met with U.S. Attorney Scott Brady about a possible federal probe, but neither the DA nor the U.S. Attorney will comment. For its part, the City Public Safety Department has turned the investigation over to a municipal investigation.
I'm not supposed to be showing that, so, yeah.
The investigation
Oops.
We cannot comment on specifics other than to say that all incidents involving use of force are reviewed. Investigators are reviewing all video that documented this incident, and the incident has been referred to OMI for further review. At a minimum, the defense attorneys argue that charges against their be dropped and that prosecutors should turn their focus on the actions of the officers. The incident left DeLuca's face bloodied and swollen, and his elbow.
That's the guy with the severe beating. Looks like he shaved his beard. Looks like he's healing up, though, right? He was pretty pummeled that night. And there's a new video of this whole situation from a different angle. I just posted on Patreon. Go check it out. I can't post it on YouTube. But both videos are on Patreon, so go check it out.
Dislocated.
We just are looking forward to our day in court, and we're looking forward to the public to understand that police officers aren't above the law.
All sides are due back here in 2 weeks, but it's not at all clear that the charges against the Pagans will stick, and that the focus may very well shift to the actions of the police. Reporting downtown, Andy Sheehan, KDK TV News.
The police should be held accountable. It's crazy that they're able to get away with so much. And I heard that they're still on the job. Like all them cops are still on the job. So let's take a look at one of these articles. It says, motorcycle club members sue the city police officers over bar brawl. Pittsburgh, a member of a motorcycle club who was seriously hurt during a bar fight with undercover Pittsburgh police officers, is now suing the city. Frank DeLuca claims that in his lawsuit that officers were drunk, aggressive, and provoked the brawl. He suffered face and head trauma. That's him that's him right there. He got the worst of the situation. These are all four guys, so he got the worst of it. So it says he suffered head trauma. The brawl took place in October at Kobe's Bar in Pittsburgh, South Side. This was last year, I believe. DeLuca was seen on surveillance video getting punched repeatedly in the head. His lawsuit claiming excessive force and false imprisonment. Allegheny County District Attorney recently dropped all charges against DeLuca and the other members of the Pagan motorcycle gang, they wrote. It's not a gang, it's a club, but okay. So if you guys don't know, they are headed to trial with this case. It recently was posted that this case is headed to trial, and it says 11 investigates Pagan suit against Pittsburgh police is heading to trial. Pittsburgh has been more than 5 years. So I guess it was 5 years ago. It's been more than 5 years since the wild barroom brawl caught on surveillance video between undercover police in Pittsburgh with officers and members of the Pagans Motorcycle Club. At a bar on the south side, a federal judge recently ruled that the civil lawsuit filed by the Pagans accusing police of excessive force, false imprisonment, and malicious prosecution will proceed to trial. We are ecstatic. We cannot wait to bring this case to trial. I think that if people pay attention, that they will be enlightened during the course. They will be enlightened during the course of this case. Hold on. The city argued the suit should be dismissed, but the judge, after reviewing the surveillance footage of the altercation, disagreed. Writing in the order, the court has reviewed them all. the suggestion that they support a grant of summary judgment in favor of the defendant officers. Strains cruelty. Officers' motion is without merit. The judge also added what she called an alarming quantity of alcohol consumed by the defendants while on duty. So they were on duty when they were drinking. Doesn't surprise me. It says, according to court documents, one officer had 15 double shots of hard liquor. The other 3 undercovers had 20 shots, 15 and 9 drinks, respectively. The judge also wrote, questions of material fact remain regarding the degree to which the defendant's intoxication affected their judgment and conduct. It is inconsequential that these officers were on duty. What? And it is whatever the hell that word is, that they drank obscene amounts of alcohol for somebody that was working on duty. That is insane that they drank that much while they're working as undercover cops. The officers said they were conducting undercover drug operation when they encountered the Pagans and a fight broke out. Charges against the Pagans were eventually withdrawn. The Allegheny County District Attorney and U.S. Attorney declined to file charges against the police officers. But they could still sue them and win money. So that's what this is all about. So the policy at this time is allowing undercover officers to drink without restrictions will be a central issue at trial. Damn, I didn't know that was a thing where they could drink without. The city declined to comment. No trial date has been set yet for this case. Insane. Like, how are they able to get away with that? How are the police able to do this to somebody after they drank 15 shots of whiskey and do that to someone and they don't get prosecuted? Make that make sense. Is it because they're a part of a motorcycle club? What do you guys think? I want to know what your opinion to this is. Thank you, Lindsay. I appreciate it. If anyone else wants to donate, every single dollar is appreciated. We're going to do something great for the kids this year. If you want to help out, please donate. Even $1 goes a long way. I'm waiting on my new CC to show up. Oh, you got new cameras? Daniel, what's up? How are you? Thanks for joining me today. Lindsay, thank you for the donation. LB Green, what's going on? Maureen, what's good? Maureen's in the house. Cue ball. They probably snorted all types of shit. 29 doubles and still on 2 feet. Yeah, I wouldn't be able to handle that. I don't drink alcohol. I wouldn't even be able to. Not one drink would kill me right now. I have not drank in such a long time. I don't even know what it's like anymore. And now I'm great without alcohol. I don't need it in my life. Things are really good without it. I couldn't be happier. But anyway, let's check that video out again. And then I got another video after that. We're going to talk about another case they got going on. The Pagans.
County District Attorney Steven Zappala met with U.S. Attorney Scott Brady today to discuss a fight involving members of a motorcycle club and undercover police officers. It happened at a bar on the south side. Andy Sheehan has more.
The video is disturbing to watch. Frank DeLuca, a member of the Pagan motorcycle gang, is pinned against the bar, while an unidentified undercover officer repeatedly punches him in the head.
After his hair was being pulled back and his neck was being pinched over 23 times in the face and head.
After the undercover officers in Pagan's brawl in the video, DeLuca and 3 other members of the gang are charged with aggravated assault, conspiracy, and riot. But their defense attorneys say it is the undercover police who should be charged, saying the officers were drunk, brandished firearms, and provoked the entire confrontation.
The main aggressor in the incident is seen drinking a 1/5 of Jack Daniels.
1/5 of Jack Daniels. No, hell no. No. No wonder. He should have woke up in a prison cell.
In shots over the course of 4 or 5 hours.
The case against the Pagans was postponed yesterday while District Attorney Stephen Zappala further investigates the incident. Today, he met with U.S. Attorney Scott Brady about a possible federal probe, but neither the DA nor the U.S.
Yeah, can't show that, ladies and gentlemen.
Attorney will comment. For its part, the City Public Safety Department has turned the investigation over to OMI, its Office of Municipal Investigation, and offered this statement, quote, "This is an ongoing investigation. To maintain the integrity of the investigation, we cannot comment on specifics other than to say that all incidents involving use of force are reviewed. Investigators are reviewing all video that documented this incident, and the incident has been referred to OMI for further review." At a minimum, the defense attorneys argue that charges against their dropped and that prosecutors should turn their focus on the actions of the officers. The incident left DeLuca's face bloodied and swollen and his elbow dislocated.
We just are looking forward to our day in court, and we're looking forward to the public to understand that police officers aren't above the law.
I wonder if they're still in the club. That's a question I have. Are they still members of the Pagans? Because they are going through with a lawsuit, but it is the police. So is that okay for them to sue the police? Or is it not okay? I'm not really sure if they're in the club still.
All sides are due back here in 2 weeks, but it's not at all clear that the charges against the Pagans will stick, and that the focus may very well shift to the actions of the police.
Good. It should. They need to be held accountable. Police are not above the law.
Reporting downtown, Andy Sheehan, KDK TV News.
Police in B.
All right, you ready for this next case? This next case is pretty crazy. 3 suspects with alleged ties to the Pagans Motorcycle Club facing drugs and weapons charges. Belmont Park. 3 people with alleged connections to the Pagans Motorcycle Gang have been arrested, according to Bethel Park Police Department. A search warrant was issued in a house on Highland Circle in Bethel Park, where the suspects were living. The officers later discovered weapons, drugs, and explosive devices. The Allegheny County Police Department bomb squad and the ATF were able to safely remove the devices. Police also found a notebook indicating homemade explosives were distributed to other club members. Wow, that should be a violation if you get caught with that notebook. So, Joseph Roberts, Christine, I don't know how to say that name, Christine, and this guy named Stephen Albertson have been charged with 11 counts of weapons of mass destruction, causing or risking a catastrophe. That's a charge? Holy shit. Weapons of mass destruction, causing or risking a catastrophe, criminal conspiracy, drug possession, paraphernalia charges, police say. Their formal arraignment is scheduled for July 20th. Now, this is an older case. Let me play the news article.
County say they arrested 5 Pagans gang members, 4 from West Virginia, 1 from Maryland. They're accused of assaulting someone and stealing a gun at the Big Beaver Ramada Inn last.
Well, this is another case. So we'll watch this and then we'll get to the other one after that.
Weekend. Jennifer Barresso talked with a hotel employee.
Court records show 2 of the 5 Pagans are locked up tonight. It's unclear of the victims' injuries.
Hey, what's up, Mark? How are you?
With the biker gang. Just before 2 a.m. Sunday, Beaver Falls Police, State Police, and SWAT responded to a reported fight involving pagan biker gang members in the parking lot at the Big Beaver Ramada Inn, according to District Attorney David Lozier. Missy Hill lives and works here.
My boyfriend went out to smoke a cigarette before he went down to work and was met in a hallway with assault rifles.
In a news release, the DA said numerous pagan biker gang members reportedly beat an individual several times using boots, fists, and brass knuckles, which are illegal, and put a firearm to the victim's head and stole that person's firearm. 69 people were removed and detained temporarily. While police executed a search warrant, they found 26 firearms, one of which was a stolen gun out of West Virginia, the victim's gun, and 5 sets of brass knuckles, which are illegal. In the end, police arrested 4 pagans, 3 from West Virginia and...
Didn't they already say that? They said brass knuckles, which are legal. They said that like 2 sentences before that sentence.
1 from Maryland for robbery and aggravated assault. 1 West
They found that many guns?
Virginia guy was arrested for possessing a stolen firearm. Officers at the scene were told the gang reserved 32 rooms at the hotel Saturday. Employee Missy Hill says she didn't hear about any problems.
We had no noise complaints. We had no issues with them whatsoever. It was like any other block off. We've had more issues when we had wedding parties. And they were back in our bar after 9 o'clock, having wings, having a few drinks, and they weren't causing any problems. They were polite.
Lozier told us the pagans drove to Cleveland for an event, but the group did not elaborate. He says the hotel in Beaver County was a place to stay on their way home. He wouldn't say how or if the victim is connected to the biker gang. In Beaver County, Jennifer Barrasso, KDK TV News.
That's a whole nother story. So allegedly they robbed somebody at a hotel with guns, and they got caught with all these guns. But the lady at the hotel said they weren't even making noise. They have no complaints about them. So that's kind of odd. Like, how were they even discovered they were there? Someone must have called the police. But anyway, here's the story I was talking about earlier. The 3 people are right here that got caught with this weapons of mass destruction. What's her name? Nademeyer?
3 members of the notorious Pagans Motorcycle Club charged with having weapons of mass destruction. Officers say they found drugs, weapons, and homemade bombs inside a suburban home. Channel 11's Gabriela DeLuca spoke with neighbors in Bethel Park who are shocked by what happened.
Lisa,
hey,
before coming
Stacy,
downtown, we
thank
were out
you.
in Bethel Park today.
Thank you for becoming a member. I appreciate that. Remember, we got a toy drive going on. Christmas is next Wednesday or next Thursday. So if you guys want to help us, we're helping out the kids at the homeless shelter. You can hit up the Cash App at Chattin with Staxx. I'm going to buy toys for the kids. I mean, if I don't get donations, I'm just going to take my money and do what I can. So, but if you want to help, every dollar counts. It goes a long way. And I really could use the help. So if you want to help me help them, I appreciate you. Even if you don't help, share the video. If you can't donate, share the video.
Spoke to neighbors. They say they were there the morning that this home was raided. They told me that they saw agents coming out of this house with boxes of evidence. Neighbors who live on the
Watch. So they show that the people must be out on bond. Thank you so much for getting the membership. There's a lot of great content on there, and I'm going to keep uploading exclusive content to members. You can see the full videos. I have them broke down, but I have a bunch that are put together. You can watch the whole thing in its entirety and not broken down. So stay tuned for that.
this quiet Bethel Park street tell me they had no idea 3 alleged pagan motorcycle gang members lived in this home. And they had no clue that police say they found more than 10 homemade bombs inside the house. Joseph Roberts, Christine Niedermeyer, and Stephen Albertson are all charged with having weapons of mass destruction.
It looks like the 2 people right there on the left the guy with the tattoo on his head and the girl in the middle. It looks like they're out around Bond. Watch.
And Stephen Albertson are all charged with having weapons of mass destruction. Federal and local investigators say Roberts was known as the club's sergeant at arms.
That's her.
It's nothing like we've ever
got
had
pink hair
anywhere
now.
Here in the past.
Roberts was
that's
known
him,
as the
right?
club's sergeant. Had no clue that police say they found more than 10 homemade bombs inside the house. Joseph Roberts, Christine Niedermeyer, and Stephen Albertson are all charged with having weapons of mass destruction. Federal and local investigators say Roberts was known as the club's sergeant at arms.
And that's that girl and the guy. He's known as the club sergeant at arms. And then you got the pink-haired girl, Christine Niedermeyer.
It's nothing like we've ever had anywhere around here in the past. Nothing.
This woman was watching from her home when agents raided the house in April. She didn't want to show her face for fear of retaliation.
And I seen all these cop cars catty corner. I was like, oh my God, something's up. And when I came down to open my lower door, the police yelled, "Go inside, this is the police."
Another neighbor watched as SWAT officers were at the house. You can see them inspecting motorcycles out front. Police gave us these photos of what they say they found inside: pagan gear, guns, and weapons, and an x-ray of one of the explosive devices. According to explosive technicians, if one of the homemade bombs went off, the results would be catastrophic and would endanger not just the people in the house, but anyone in the vicinity.
I guess they got their ways of doing their life.
It's Jigsaw sauce, spoken. I guess they got ways of doing their life, pipe bombs and weapons. And we're just living here down the road. We saw the cops had the street blocked off.
But if they're doing bad things, and they have their consequences.
Listen, but that's not the club as a whole. I don't condemn everybody for what a couple people in the club do. They're not all bad people. You guys got to know that.
Police said they also brought out brass knuckles and multiple kinds of drugs from inside the home.
No.
Reporting live from downtown Pittsburgh, Gabriella DeLuca, Channel 8.
Not brass knuckles. I appreciate everyone that takes the time to watch this show. I just finished up a great interview with a former correction officer who had a relationship with an inmate and ended up getting arrested. And she told me her story. It's incredible. Crazy story. You guys are going to like this one. And we got some new videos that are going to be uploaded tonight. So stay tuned. There's tons of new content. I got a lot of great things in the works. And you guys will be here for all of them. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I hope you guys have a great day. Have a happy holiday. A lot more content in the works. I'll see you guys tonight, 10 p.m. Don't miss it. If you like the show, hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can get my videos every time they drop. And if you don't like the show, too fucking bad. Start your own podcast. And remember, don't be a bitch.
And all new at 5, a major organized crime bust. 23 people under arrest now accused of stealing guns and cash.
Today, police revealed 4 organized crime groups are wreaking havoc.
From aggravated robbery to kidnapping, burglary, and more. Let's take a look at this. New pictures from court documents in this case. These are a few of the people who have been charged, and investigators say the money, tens of thousands of dollars, is all stolen.